news with our program Environmentally Insane. They're doing a special on the nitrogen cycle. I'd like to introduce our experts.
Hi, I'm Lily and I'm a doctor of gardening, and I'm going to be talking about how the overuse of nitrogen fertilizers can harm soil health.
Hi, my name is Emily and I'm a farmer, and I'm going to talk about how livestock operations impact the nitrogen cycle.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Molly Ann. I'm a petroleum engineer here to talk about the horrors of fossil fuels.
Tune in March 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time for this special broadcast. Good night. Good afternoon. The long-awaited special by Environmentally Insane on the nitrogen cycle is here. We have Emily, Molly Ann, and Lily out in their respective fields. First, we're going to start with Emily, the farmer, out in the pasture. To you, Emily.
Hello, it's Emily out here in my pasture. You see, these cows back here burp methane once every minute, and methane is a greenhouse gas. One cow can produce up to 264 pounds of methane every year from those burps. They produce methane as a byproduct of fermentation, which is a process that occurs during digestion. Higher quality feeds, like the ones I give my cows, produce less methane. This also means less energy is lost and more goes to the meat and the milk, more for us to eat. You see, livestock are responsible for 30% of global anthropogenic methane emissions. That means humans caused them. Burping methane is a problem, but so is what comes out the other end, the manure. When manure is stored in a landfill or a lagoon, it undergoes anaerobic decay because of insufficient oxygen. This releases nitrous oxide and methane into the air. Manure is also a fertilizer, but often too much manure is put onto the soil, so excess nitrogen ends up in the soil.
Thank you, Emily. Next, we have Molly Ann, the petroleum engineer, in the highly polluted area. To you, Molly Ann.
Thank you. I'm here today in a highly polluted area to talk about what happens once nitrogen is actually in the atmosphere. When we burn fossil fuels and exceed temperatures above 1300 Celsius, it forces nitrogen and oxygen to combine, making what we call NOx. These NOx then react with VOCs in the atmosphere to cause bad ozone. This bad ozone then creates the smog hanging over valleys and cities like this one. The ozone also enters the stomata or the pores of plants, causing them to not be able to perform photosynthesis as well, leaving more CO2 in the atmosphere in a positive feedback cycle, just like this plant behind me. It doesn't look that good. It's dead! NOx also reacts with water and causes acid rain to fall. This acid rain... No! This acid rain, once in the soil, displaces calcium and magnesium, which are essential nutrients that all plants need. It also unlocks aluminum, which is toxic in the soil and to plants. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly Ann. Finally, we have Lily, the doctor of gardening, out in the field talking to some locals to see how they have been affected. To you, Lily.
Thank you everyone for joining me at my garden. Today I'm going to be telling you about nitrogen fertilizers. Now these are really important, and we use them because they give the plants the nutrients that they need to grow. And without these fertilizers, we wouldn't be able to grow as much food. Now, whenever nitrogen fertilizers are produced, the main form that is made is ammonia, which looks like this. And whenever you put the ammonia into the soil, bacteria convert it into nitrate. Now, this is a good thing for the plants because nitrate is the form of nitrogen that these plants can take up and use. However, one of the products of this reaction is hydrogen atoms. Now, whenever these are released into the soil, they cause it to become more acidic. So you can see that over a long period of time, something that was meant to help the plants will actually end up hurting them. And if you ever tried to grow plants, you may know how temperamental they can be. That's because they need very specific conditions, including pH, to survive and thrive. Now, let's hear what the plants think about this.
This is terrible! Help!
So you see, it's pretty important that we find a way to support plant growth without these potentially harmful effects.
Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Channel 8 News with Environmentally Insane. Good night and good nitrogen.